All right, you guys want to know what scares the absolute shit out of me? It's waking up in 30 years from now or 40 years from now and knowing that I let my life pass me by. I mean, think about it. Imagine being 50 or 60 or being on your deathbed and looking back at your life and just thinking, wow, I let my life pass me by. I didn't do the activities I wanted. I didn't ask out the girl that I wanted. I didn't go after the job that I wanted. Now, that's torture in its prime, because you can't go back in time and change your actions and behaviors. You can't go back in time and change your life. No, you're stuck living with the consequences of your actions. And that's what happens with most people. And in fact, most of the people that I know that are old, they say that's the number one regret in life, is that they just let their life pass them by. They kept thinking that something was magically going to happen to them and start changing their actions and behaviors. But that isn't how it works. You have to take control. And that's why we call everyone inside the New Era of Health, we call them conquerors, because they take what they want in life. They don't sit back. If they want to get a job, they start forming the habits to get there. They start making sure that their actions align with that path. Because at the end of the day, if every action you take aligns with that path, you're going to eventually get the results you want. Now, basically, how we do this is you got to optimize yourself. A lot of people, they start going after their goals, and I love that, but they fail to optimize themselves first. And ultimately, this leads them to what we call the trap string beans. Basically, what happens is they declare that they're going to do X, Y, and Z, work out consistently, eat healthy consistently, or just be productive consistently. And for the first few days, it goes fantastic. They're seeing progress, they're really happy, but then one day they get tired or they weren't motivated. And then they tell themselves, I've been great, I'm gonna take one day off, like I deserve a break. But then that one day, it turns into another day and another day until they find themselves back into their old patterns and ruts. And the worst part is once they find themselves in their old patterns and ruts, they feel terrible about themselves. They put in all this time and energy to improve themselves in their life, and they didn't get the result they want. They feel hopeless. They feel drained. They feel like something's wrong with themselves, that they're stuck in life. And that's the reason why I say screw living a mediocre life. That is what we stand for in the New Era of Health, is not living a mediocre life. It's living the life that you want and taking what you want. Now, again, how we escape this mediocrity trap, or this trap string bean trap that I always talk about here, is you got to set yourself up for success through the right habits and optimizing your energy, your mental alertness, and your mood. Those are the foundation to being the best version of yourself. And the reality is, you have to become a better version of yourself in order to hit your goals. I mean, do you think the average person can do what Elon Musk does? Or what David Goggins does? No, of course not. Actually, I'm gonna turn around here, guys. But they can't. And that's because they don't have the same habits in place. They don't have the same mental state. And they don't take care of themselves properly like all these super achievers do. And think about it. If you don't have consistent and strong energy throughout your day, how are you gonna be able to perform at top notch for 8 or 10 hours like these super achievers? You're not going to be able to. I mean, think back to the last day you were tired or you woke up tired. How much harder was it for you to tackle your errands, your chores, or to-do list? Probably a lot harder. Let's take a look at your mental alertness. When you can't think clearly, you can't remember things on the spot. How much harder is it to be efficient at work? I mean, I know when I get brain farts and stuff, I don't feel good. I don't want to work. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this sucks. It's like a chore. And then the other thing is your habits. This is by far the biggest factor. Now, your habits literally control your life. My favorite quote is, you create your habits, then your habits create your life. And it's the most true statement I've ever heard in my entire life. Because think about it, like what happens is most people, they're not in the habit of sticking to their word. And so what happens is when they try changing their life or changing their actions and behaviors, well, they fall off their word because they're in the habit of that. And every time you take an action, you're either strengthening a habit that's productive, or you're strengthening a habit that's hurting your life, right? I mean, think about it. When you tell yourself you're gonna, every New Year's, you probably tell yourself you're gonna start working out consistently, right? And so when you don't go to the gym, not only are you not forming the habit of going to the gym, but you're strengthening the habit of not going to the gym. So you're literally making a habit that's ruining your life even stronger. So it's like a double-edged sword. Now, there's foundational habits that you have to get first. Like, one of them is sticking to your word. We talked about this in the New Earth Health. These foundational habits together, we call it acquiring the mind of a conqueror. Sorry guys, I gotta pay a little attention here crossing the street. I'm gonna do a jog. Spin move. I'm gonna go this way. Well, yeah, in the new side of the New Earth Health, we call these foundational habits acquiring the mind of a conqueror, because that's what you have to do. You literally have to acquire the mind of a conqueror, like Elon Musk. Like David Goggins is a perfect example. You know, one of the habits that he has that's so powerful and has enabled him to achieve so much is basically whenever he gets a thought in his head or something he doesn't want to do, he goes and does it. And he's trained his mind. He's made it a habit to do the things that he doesn't want to do. And look at that guy. I mean, think about it. Before, he was a 330-pound, overweight, not motivated, always tired and exhausted, working a minimum wage job. I think I already said that. But within 2 years, he became a Navy SEAL, a top performer, and he's accomplished things like breaking the world record in pull-ups in a day, and all these amazing feats. And it's because of his mindset and his habits. I don't like the word mindset. I'd say it's more habits. Now, again, inside the New Earth Health, there's 3 pillars to optimize yourself and becoming a conqueror. The first one's acquiring the mind of a conqueror. You have to fortify your habits so strong that you can achieve anything you want. That's the first thing. And then only when you acquire the mind of a conqueror and you have those foundational habits do you begin to work out and eat like a conqueror. Now, when you work out and eat like a conqueror, essentially you're using nutrition and fitness to optimize your energy, your mental alertness, and your mood. You're essentially making it so that you feel, look, and think better than you ever have. So this 3-step system will make it so that you feel, look, and think better than you even thought possible. I feel like the guy in Limitless, you know, where he just has all those math equations popping up. But ultimately, that's what it comes down to, is just optimizing yourself so that you can start hitting your goals, so that you can start being filled with self-belief. Because at the end of the day, it's like I told you, when you don't hit your goals, you feel terrible about yourself. You just feel disgusted with yourself, and that's like torture too. It really is. Just every day thinking you're not good enough to hit your goals. You're not good enough to get the girl you want. Just all this self-doubt, anxiety, and procrastination. It'll eat you up. Now look, I'm frankly almost home, so I'm gonna end this video here. But it would mean the world to me if you first of all could like this or toss a comment. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And think about it, the more times that you like this, the more likes and comments we have, it's gonna help us reach more people so that we can change their lives. Together, we can change this world. Now, the second thing I wanna mention is that if you wanna become a conqueror, like all of the people inside the New Earth Health, then you should download my free book. It's most likely gonna be a free book. I always change the free thing I'm giving you guys, but it's most likely a free book, and it's gonna tell you how to acquire the mind of a conqueror. And then, not only that, I'm gonna have a free challenge after that you're invited to as well, and I'm gonna help you implement this knowledge. Because knowledge is only powerful if you actually implement it. And I know a lot of people, they need help, they wanna be held accountable. And look, the fact that you're watching this video still, and 9 minutes in, shows me that you are meant to be with us, because you haven't given up to improve yourself. And I respect that, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, they'll quit, they'll give up on their dream life. But that's not you. So go ahead, download that free book right now, and I'll see you inside.